What does it take to get a girlfriend in 2021? Even if you're a good guy that's good looking and well established. That's the topic we're going to be discussing here tonight live. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right live from Northern California. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell so that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's right. I am here to help each and every one of you, and as many as possible, get the best possible grips on your life so that way you can all accomplish whatever it is that your hearts desire in 2021 and beyond, because we live in the crazy modern digital world where there have been so many changes compared to the days of the past, right? The prehistoric days, right? That many people are struggling to understand why things are happening a certain way, and why especially men and women are having struggles dating, getting married, staying married. What does it take? That's what I'm here to help you with. I figured it out as best as possible, as best as anyone can, and I'm here to share my tips and tricks with you folks to give you the best possible shot at accomplishing whatever you'd like to accomplish. Also on the business side of things as well, but today we're just going to be talking about personal relationships and how to get a girlfriend in 2021. Darth Rosie Wren's in the house. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you on board. But before we get started here, I want to make sure the notification has gone out on YouTube. It has gone out on YouTube, and let me check out the YouTube back end. And it's looking good. Once again, today we're also simulcasting live on Facebook, and it looks like, let me see, let me just make sure that the Facebook simulcast is running well. Give me just 1 second here, folks. Personal simulcast is running well. Looks good. All right. Now, just to make it very clear, if you're watching this on Facebook, even though I'm broadcasting this in 1080p, very high quality 1080p on YouTube, Facebook limits the quality to 720p. It looks okay on Facebook, but if you're on Facebook and you want to see this stream in higher quality, you can come over to my YouTube channel. You can see the link in the description of this Facebook video or this Facebook simulcast of my YouTube live stream. YouTube.com/C/A grip on life. One more time, YouTube.com/C/A grip on life. Although if you do come over to the the YouTube side of things, my chats are members only, so you're not going to be able to chat in my YouTube live streams unless you become a member. If you do want to chat and you're a Facebook friend of mine, or you come across this public Facebook simulcast stream, feel free to just chat in the live stream on the Facebook side. And if I get to know, like, and trust you, I may even make you a moderator, especially if I've known you for a while. On my YouTube channel, you'll be able to chat for free on the YouTube. And if not, you can become a member for as little as $4.99 per month and then chat all you want. You can also send super chats on the YouTube side of things, even if you're not a member. And for as little as $1, maximum $500 per message, you can get a highlighted chat in the middle of the live stream. All right, so it looks like we are rolling well, and we're ready to start the show. Furious Reactor Gaming's in the house. How you doing, Will? Welcome to the show. Interesting topic, huh, bro? Interesting topic. It's definitely going to be a good one. And Darth Rosie Wren says, hey to Furious Reactor Gaming, a.k.a. Will. How are things going for you, Will? How's the new year started off for you? We're 4 days into the new year right now. It's January 4th, 2021. Monday, January 4th, 2021. All right. So, but before we get to that, I once again want to pay special props to this channel sponsor, Troy Brewer. He's the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network for all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please visit www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And if you go on that website, you're going to see a bunch of talk and music internet radio stations, and more than likely one of those internet radio stations will suit your talk or music genre needs. So if you'd like to listen to talk or music throughout the course of your days, please consider visiting www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description on the YouTube side of things. And if you go to either of those sites and you want to reach out and connect with Troy, please do not fail to mention that Coach Eli wishes you a happy new year. And Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. Furious Raptor Gaming says, yeah. And he also says, going great. That's great, bro. That's really, really nice to hear. I'm so proud of you, Will, a.k.a. Furious Reactor Gaming, for the way that you turned your life around in 2020 and now in 2021. Dude, you have no idea how proud I am to see the changes in you that have made you a much happier person and have bettered, your life. And here's the thing, Will. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are not too happy with the changes that you made. But to be honest with you, you and I both know they needed to be done. And before you're able to take care of anybody else, you got to take care of yourself. You got to build yourself first. And you're an amazing young guy in your mid-20s. And let me tell you, dude, you are learning this stuff much sooner than I learned it. I didn't really start to understand this stuff until my early to mid 30s, and especially more so in my early 40s. So you literally have a 15-year jump on this compared to myself and most other guys my age, because we have the technology nowadays, such as these live streams on YouTube and simulcasting them on Facebook as well, to really get that message out, where during my time, we didn't have this information. We had to kind of figure it out on our own and fend for ourselves, right? But yeah, so anyway, so let's get right to it, folks. Here's how the show is going to go tonight. I'm going to share my thoughts regarding what it takes to get a girlfriend in 2021. Now, if the ladies are watching and they're wondering, well, what about, on the flip side, what it takes to get a boyfriend in 2021? Well, ladies, here's the thing. The same principles apply. The reason why I'm catering this stream more towards men is not to leave you out. It's because men are struggling with this much more than you ladies are. But you ladies can learn a lot from this. So even when I cater content here on my channel, more so to men, or put titles such as, how to get a girlfriend in 2021. This applies to you ladies as well if you just flip it around. You flip it around and you can learn. You can learn a lot about what men are going through and why it may be difficult for you ladies to find that one special love as well, and what it's going to take for you to get a boyfriend in 2021 and beyond. So, I'm going to share my thoughts here in a second, and then probably going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go over an amazing blog article from one of my favorite other content creators. He's also a coach out here on YouTube. His name is Dan Bacon. He is known as, the modern man. He started a website and a business called The Modern Man and themodernman.com. And I have the utmost respect for this guy. There are very few people that I trust and have proven methods of what really works to attract women. There are a lot of guys out here on YouTube and on Facebook, but more so YouTube on the video side of things, that are running channels, trying to teach guys what's known as game, pickup, hookup, And let me tell you something. While a lot of the same pickup principles apply when you're looking to meet a woman to date for the right reasons, I'm not here to teach people, game or hookup, and I don't call it a game. This is not a game. If you look at this as a game, then you're not in it for the right reason. I'm here to help people find true love and happiness. I'm not here to teach people and help people, especially help guys manipulate women just to have a one-night stand or get a piece of what, and then you kick that woman to the curb. I don't encourage that, and I don't, I don't focus any energy on that. But yes, the same principles in picking up women for a hookup apply. Pretty much the same principles apply when you're looking to find a woman for the right reason to settle down with, start dating, fall in love with, and potentially end up getting married, having a family, and like the fairy tale, which is hard to find nowadays, live happily ever after, right? So I'm going to be reading a blog from his website, and it's called How to Get a Girlfriend Today. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll get to that after I get through the first part of the show here. So the topic of tonight's stream is called What It Takes to Get a Girlfriend in 2021, even for good, attractive, and well-established men. One more time. What it takes to get a girlfriend in 2021, even for good, attractive, and well-established men. You hear what I just said? Most men think that if you are good looking, you're a good guy, and you're well-established, financially stable, that you can easily get a woman in the modern world. And for me, that's not true. It's definitely not true. Or at least get the right woman. A good-looking, well-established, good guy is going to be able to easily get a woman that wants to be with him just for his money, his resources, and to take advantage of him for a little while until he realizes that she's not with him for the right reasons. And then, he stops giving her money and showering her with gifts and doing the things that kept her around initially. Then she's going to end up leaving, right? So a good-looking, good guy that's well off, well-established, financially stable, okay, might have an easier chance of getting any woman to pay attention to him. But is it going to be the right woman? If you're looking for the right woman to settle down with and have a wonderful, beautiful, romantic relationship, something real, something genuine, something that you can, connect with a woman at a mental, emotional, and spiritual level before you connect with that woman, at a physical level, which is still important. We'll get to that in just a few minutes here. But again, the most difficult thing for any man, including good-looking men that are, let's say you're over 6 feet tall. That's what women seem to think they want nowadays. They want guys that are 6 feet tall, right? And they don't realize that 10% or less than 10% of the men in the U.S. are 6 feet or taller. So they're basically eliminating 90% of other guys, and most of those guys are good guys, right? Slim pickings, huh? That's what you're also up against in today's modern world. But again, even if you're a good-looking guy that has his stuff together, that's, a good, decent, down-to-earth person, if you want to find a woman that's looking for the same thing, it's going to take you a lot of work. For any guy that wants to find someone that's looking for the real thing, it's going to take a lot of work. Now, what does it take? I can share my personal experiences as I've been sharing out here on my channel. I always share my personal experiences. I use Match.com. I think one of the best ways to meet women nowadays and to meet men for women, nowadays is online dating. A lot of people say it's best to meet someone in person. You get to see them. You get a good idea of who they are. Yeah, it is. But remember, we have the pandemic that we're dealing with nowadays. So we really are not having those events to be able to interact like we did before the pandemic. But even before the pandemic hit, it had started to become very difficult to even meet women in person nowadays because women started becoming less approachable. Why? Because they had been getting hit on by a lot of men and they're tired of it. And a lot of times, if you are a man that walks up to a woman in public at the supermarket or wherever you may come across her, and you just come up to her out of the blue, her immediate reaction is going to be, who is this guy? What does he want from me? Is he safe? Should I feel scared for my life? Right? You got to understand, women are emotional beings. So if you meet women the traditional way nowadays, let's say pre-COVID days, it still was more difficult because of what I just mentioned, right? That's why I feel online dating is the best way to meet women. Like I've done many shows on online dating before. If you want to go back to my catalog and find those, go right ahead. I'm not going to go into the same detail I went into on those videos or live streams. But online dating is the best way. Okay, why? Because you get to see pictures and you get to read a profile of what the person is about, and you can exchange messages. And if you click, you exchange phone numbers. And then if you talk on the phone and that feels right, you meet as soon as possible and see if it's there in person, right? You go boom, 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 right? And it's a lot safer, right? Because if you send a woman a message, or if you're a woman that sends a man a message, the flip side doesn't have to respond if they don't get a feeling of comfort, a feeling of attraction of the pictures, and they like the profile, right? Now, while I feel online dating is the best way to meet people nowadays, you have to choose the right sites. I've mentioned this before. I'll say it again. Okay? There's a difference between an app like Tinder and an app like Match.com and OkCupid. When you're on Tinder, there's hardly any information about the person. All it is physical attraction. And while physical attraction is important nowadays, we'll get to that in a little bit because that's a big part of it, even for women nowadays. If you're looking for true love and happiness and you go on an app like Tinder that has hardly any information about what that person is seeking, it basically becomes a hookup app. And that's what Tinder has known to become. It's a hookup app. Now, if you're into hookups, which I'm not, and I'm not here to teach people how to, do pickup artist work or to do hookups. If you're into that, that's your choice. You do you, right? But if you're looking for the real deal, Tinder is not the place to be. Okay? Another site that used to be decent, Plenty of Fish, has now also become more of a hookup site, in my opinion, and the quality of women on Plenty of Fish have diminished. There are some other sites that are semi-okay. I've tried Bumble before. There are some decent women on Bumble, but even Bumble has become somewhat of a hookup site as well. So I wouldn't even recommend Bumble. You could try it out, but I probably wouldn't recommend that. So what are the sites that I would recommend? The number one site is Match.com. And in my opinion, The next two best ones, eHarmony and OkCupid, third. Okay. Why Match.com? Because Match.com is probably one of the more expensive sites, and you get what you pay for. Both men and women pay, and you're going to have a better quality, a better selection of women out there, better quality women, and a better selection of men and better quality men on Match.com. Match.com allows you to put as many pictures as you want of yourself in high quality. They allow you to write a long profile as long as you like. There are questions that you can answer and put throughout your profile. You can put captions on your pictures. It is a great site. The number one site, the best, absolute best dating site out there is Match.com. And then the app, the Match app, which goes along with it. Okay. Number two would be eHarmony. Now, I've used eHarmony in the past, but I haven't used it in a long time. So why do I make it number two when I don't use it anymore? Because eHarmony is there are a lot of good people on eHarmony. The thing with eHarmony is it takes a long time to go through the process. You have like this 4-step process or 3 or 4-step process before you get to open communication. And it's just, it's like you're going back and forth, with the other person. You're waiting for them to respond. Sometimes they take a week to respond, and sometimes, you get a good feel about someone, you make it to step 3, and you're right about to get to open communication to start talking and possibly exchange numbers. And then next thing you know, if you're a man, the woman just decides to leave the connection and boom, it's like a ghosting, right? So that's what I really don't like about, what do you call it? eHarmony. I don't like the fact that it basically just takes too long to get to the point. In this crazy modern dating world we live in, attraction is a must. And it's either going to be there from the very beginning or it will never be there. And if it's not there from the very beginning, it's not going to work out. So why prolong, getting to open communication like you do on Match? On Match, you can send them a message you can send people a message right away and say, hey, I like your profile. Check out my profile. If you like it, let me know what you think, and we can go from there. Hope your day's going well. Looking forward to hearing from you, right? That's it, right? And then if they get back to you and like, yeah, I saw your profile, Eli. I like how direct you are. Your pictures are cute. You look like a good, fun guy. I love hiking like you do. Great. What's your phone number so we can talk on the phone and get a better feel for each other? Leave it at that. Some women will say, well, I like to communicate back and forth a little bit longer before I exchange my numbers or my number, right? If you get one of those women, a lot of times it's not going to ever end up being the right woman. Some women are a little bit guarded and scared, so you got to look out for that. But a woman that is very attracted to your pictures and your profile and gets back to you and says, yeah, I'd love to get to know you. And then you say, hey, okay, here's my number. Let's have a phone conversation to get a better feel for each other. And if that goes well, we can meet in person. A woman that has a high level of attraction for you after seeing your profile is going to just say, here's my number. Text me anytime, right? Do you see the difference there compared to a woman saying that, well, I would prefer to send messages back and forth, right? A little bit longer, right? They're a little guarded, or maybe they're very guarded, right? You want to be talking with a woman that is excited to be talking with you and feels a high level of attraction to you, but you're not going to know that until you've exchanged 1 or 2 messages. When you're on eHarmony, you can't exchange messages until the 4th step, right? But I say it's the second best site to be on because it is not a hookup site. It is a site for people that are truly looking for the real deal, real love and happiness, everlasting love. And last but not least, OkCupid is a distant third. OkCupid used to be pretty much almost as good as Match with the quality of women on there. But the quality of women, in my opinion, and probably men too, on the flip side, has diminished a little bit, but not as bad as Plenty of Fish, or not as much as Plenty of Fish. OkCupid, you can still find some decent women on there, but Match.com and what do you call it, eHarmony, they have the absolute most amount of decent people on there. Now, does that mean there aren't any horrible men or women on Match.com or eHarmony? No, you're always going to get a few, even on the good sites that aren't that great. Or maybe they think they're great, or maybe they think they're coming off the right way, but they're not. But if you're looking for the majority of people that are looking for something genuine and real, this is based off of my personal experience. Match.com, number 1, eHarmony, number 2, and OkCupid, number 3. And I'm speaking from 15 to 20 years of experience of using these sites, even before these smartphones came out, and now we have apps to all these sites. Back in the days, we had to go on a laptop or desktop to access these sites. And to be honest with you, if you're using these sites to find people, even though we have smartphones nowadays, you should be using the web version on your laptop or desktop to search for the type of women you're looking for, the area you're looking for, the age range, the ethnicity, whatever you're looking for, right? It's much easier if you do it on your laptop or desktop, the laptop or desktop version of Match.com, OkCupid, or, eHarmony. And then, you can respond to messages much easier on the smartphone app. You'll get notifications on your phone if you have notifications turned on from the dating apps that you're signed up for. So that is that, okay? So you have to find the right site. You have to be on the right sites. Like I said, Match.com, Match.com, OkCupid, and eHarmony. Number 1, Match. Number 2, eHarmony. Number 3, OkCupid. If you're looking for something real. Now, there are probably some other sites out there that are decent, but I don't have that much experience with them. If you have had experiences with other dating apps or websites that have worked to find true love and happiness, please, if you're watching this live, let me know. If you're watching on the replay, please comment on Facebook or on YouTube in the comments section. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Let me check out the Facebook side of things and see if anything's going on. Nope, we've got nothing going on over there. All right. All right, give me just a second here. We are at 28 minutes. Okay. So now you are on these dating sites, these dating apps, dating sites, right? You start messaging women. You take some time. You spend a half an hour each day, and you find 3 or 4 women, and you write 3 or 4 well-crafted messages because you like their profiles, right? But what happens? You get no response. So then you're like, I just spent an hour writing 4 carefully crafted emails that didn't get me any response. Now I'm discouraged. It takes me 15 minutes to write each message. Like I've said before, I'll say it again. The primary thing that will get a woman's attention for a man, and you're going to hear more about this when I go into the blog written by Dan Bacon here after the break in a few, after I'm done with this part here. The primary thing, that interests women is the level of attraction they have for you, and it's primarily physical attraction. Sexual attraction. If a woman does not feel a spark of sexual attraction or a high level of sexual attraction to you out of the gate, it's never going to work out. It's the bottom line. There are women that can see your pictures and be sexually attracted to your pictures. It's happened to me before. And let me tell you something. The most successful relationships I've had have been from women that were highly attracted to my pictures on my Match.com profile and really verbalized it to me saying, wow, it's a very cute picture of you. Wow, I really love that picture of you. You look really cute in there. You look really hot in there, right? They verbalize that, right? When they say that, when a woman compliments your physical your physical attributes. She is interested in you, right? But it's not just the physical, but without the physical, the rest doesn't matter to a woman. And quite frankly, it works the same way for guys. And guys, if you don't think that women are just as into looks nowadays as you guys are, you're out of your mind. That's why I say you got to take care of yourselves. You know, you got to keep yourself in good shape, dress nice, smell good, right? Okay. And in addition, you got to carry a good conversation. You got to be outgoing and funny and charming and witty. And you just got to be cool, calm, and collective and not be needy and just be laid back. And just let things happen naturally. Just be cool with whatever is meant to be, right? Because women need to be sexually attracted to you 100% or pretty close, maybe 90 to 100%. They need to be as close to 100% sexually attracted to you as possible to be interested in you. And if they're 100% sexually attracted to you, that's the best because, boom, unless you screw something up royally with a woman that's 100% sexually attracted to you out of the gate, then it's going to get somewhere. It's going to go somewhere quick, and it's going to maintain itself as long as you as the man is able to maintain it the right way. So what do you do instead of sending 3 or 4 carefully crafted, well-written messages, let's say on Match.com every day that take you 15 minutes per message, 4 messages per day, when you're not going to get a response from everyone? I hate to say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You need to create a canned message that sounds as uncanny as possible. One more time. You need to create a canned message that sounds as uncanny as possible. How do you do it? Well, you can't specify their name because then you can't copy and paste it quickly, right? Because remember, your time is valuable. But you're working with the law of large numbers, which I'll explain more here in a second. What you want to do is say, hi, I just came across your profile, and it's unlike any other profile I've seen. You know, I get a good feeling that you are different than any other woman on Match, OkCupid, whatever, right? Please check out my profile when you get a moment. It's pretty direct, but I know what I want, and if you know what you want and you want to meet a good guy, you know, get back to me and we'll go from there. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Sincerely, Eli, right? Boom. That's it. You take that canned message. Most women that are, you know, half intelligent, half decent, right, are going to know it's canned. But they're not going to care. Some of them will say it's a canned message, right? Like I had this woman, like a couple days ago, message me and saying, is this a canned message? You know, she goes, I understand where you're coming from. You know, is this a canned message by chance? Interesting profile though. And I got back to her and I said, you know, the way this world is nowadays and the way attraction works, you know, it's about just putting yourself out there as much as possible. I wrote it back to her. That way she got the hint, right? But she still got back to me and said, well, I'm not really on Match anymore. And I have the reply for free feature, which costs $10 extra per month, meaning that if I message a woman that no longer has a paid membership because I pay an extra $10 per month, she has the option to message me back for free. And let me tell you why it's worth the extra $10, because a lot of those women that are no longer on Match.com have either given up or they're taking a break from dating because they haven't found the right person. But if you message them out of the blue, you're one of the few guys that's not cheap and it pays for the reply for free feature, okay? And they get your message and and you so happen to have a profile unlike anything they've seen, they're going to be interested. This woman said, you know, I really like your profile. It's very interesting. I would be curious to see where this goes. And I'm like, okay, how about you shoot me your number and let's talk tomorrow. I'll text you to arrange the call. And she got back to me and gave me her number. And we're supposed to talk later tonight. Tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow. Okay? But yet, I wrote a canned message, not only to her, but hundreds and thousands of other women, right? And she knew it was a canned message, but she also understands what I'm saying right now. Attraction is a must, and physical attraction is important. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it because I'm a good guy. I am more about than just the looks, but let's just face it. If there's no physical attraction on both sides, as close to 100% as possible, right away when you see the pictures, it doesn't matter how good the profile is. It doesn't matter how much money as a man or a woman you make, how many resources you have. It doesn't matter, how good you are, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Now, some women, will get with an unattractive, some women will get with an unattractive, I can't even talk. Some women will get with an unattractive man. There we go. Just because they have money and resources. But they're really not into him. They're using him for his resources. Guys, you got to look for that. But if a woman is in it for the right reasons, for something real, even with a guy that has lots of money, lots of fancy cars and homes, and is a good guy and is attractive, if they don't feel that attraction, that sexual attraction, that physical attraction, none of that matters to the right woman. So the attraction has to be there. And because attraction is not going to happen with most people. Most people were not meant to be together, right? How are you going to find out who you're meant to be with? Well, on Match.com, you can send up to 100 or 120 messages per day. They increased the limit. It used to be 50 years ago. Now it's like 100, right? So what do? I get a 1-month membership, sometimes 3, but I have a 1-month membership that's about to expire, right? I'll send 100 messages per day. I'll send the canned message. I will look for the profile picture, and I will also look to see if they're smiling in the picture. Number 1, are they cute? Number 2, if they're cute, are they frowning in the picture or are they smiling? Because if a woman's smiling and happy and cute, she's more so going to have a better shot of being a good, fun person, right? If there's a cute woman that's frowning and looking down and not looking straight at the camera, then to me that's saying, hey, you've got some issues to work through and you're not presenting yourself properly. You should be representing yourself happy and you should be smiling and not frowning in your pictures on a dating site, right? So you send, 100 messages per day. And after, the first day, you're probably going to get, out of those 100, you're probably going to get 3 to 5, sometimes maybe get lucky and get 10 responses, right? Some responses will be, I'm not interested. Most women that aren't interested won't respond at all. But out of those 100, you might get 3 to 5 that say, hey, I checked out your profile. I really liked your profile. I'd love to get to know you. Okay, then you say, hey, why don't we talk on the phone and see where it goes from there. From that point, let's say you get, 3 numbers. Okay, or let's say you ask 3 women for their numbers. Maybe one will give you their number right away, which that means they have a high level of interest. 2 of them will say, well, I don't give out my number right away. How about you give me your number? And then when you're dealing with that type of woman, you're going to kind of put her on the back burner because you want to be dealing with the woman that has the highest level of attraction for you, the one that makes it easy for you, the one that's going to say, hey, Eli asked for my number. I showed my interest to him. He approached me. He seems interesting. I'm interested in him. I showed him my interest. He came back, asked for my number. I gave him my number. Now we're on the phone. So you want a woman like that. Women that are going to be kind of, on the fence or kind of scared to give out their number or scared to give out their number. It's not saying that they don't have a genuine interest in you, but those women are going to make it harder for you. And those women are probably still working through some emotional issues from a past relationship or past trauma. And the same thing goes for men. Ladies, you got to watch out for men in that aspect as well. But yeah, you got to send a lot of messages every day and filter it down to one possible good conversation you might have on the phone each day, right? And some days maybe you won't get, you won't get you won't have a phone conversation because let's say the next day you message another 100 women and you get two or three responses out of 100 messages you send, right? And let's say that none of them are willing to trade numbers with you until you message back and forth with them for another 2, 3, or 4 days. That's, you're going to have days like that, right? So the reason why earlier I said that you shouldn't sit there and spend too much time focusing on creating carefully crafted messages because you don't know who's going to respond. You don't know, number one, who's still active on the site. Number two, you don't know if they're physically attracted to you. And like I said, if women aren't physically attracted to your pictures or you're not their type or a certain height, they might have a certain height requirement, right? They're not going to respond. So why take the time to carefully craft an email that's not going to get you anywhere? Send the canned response and make it sound as uncanny as possible because the bottom line is all you want to do is get those women to look at your profile. And the more women that look at your profile because you directed them there by sending them a message, the better chance you're going to have, for a couple of them to really be attracted to your profile. And then you can narrow it down to one that will be extremely physically and sexually attracted to you. You're going to feel the same way about her. You're going to take the phone. That conversation is going to go well. You're going to meet in person. And when you meet in person, things are going to happen right away. I'm going to share more about that aspect when I get back from the break and I share this blog that Dan Bacon wrote. So that's the way to do it, folks. And how long does it take, before I take the break here, how long does it take to send 100 messages on Match per day? Well, it depends what area you're in. I live in a large metropolitan area, so there are plenty of women here to go through. If you live in a smaller area, you might have less people to choose from. You may have to expand your horizon. Just depends where you're at. But if you live in a large metropolitan area where there are a lot of women, a lot of singles, you should be able to go through. It's gonna take you about an hour to an hour and a half each day, and you got to sit there and say, hey, I'm giving up 60 to 90 minutes each day to scroll through profiles and send 100 messages, right? Is this is this ridiculous or what? Well, it kind of is, but it's the only way. If you really want to find true love and happiness. And you want to find a girlfriend in 2021 if you're a guy, or if you want to find a boyfriend in 2021 and beyond if you're a woman, this is the only way it's going to work. It's the law of large numbers, folks. It's what it is. It's the law of large numbers. You have to cast a ton of fishing poles before you catch a fish. You got to throw your reel in there. And it's going to take some time and effort. Something that you want that is rare and amazing that's going to make you feel good, it's not going to come to you easy. You have to go out there and earn it. You have to go out there and get it. You got to do the time. If you're not willing to do the time, it's never going to happen, right? Some guys will say, I don't have time to send 100 messages. And okay, then send 3 or 4 and see that you get no responses, and then you're going to say, oh, Match.com sucks, doesn't work. OkCupid sucks, doesn't work. Or eHarmony sucks, doesn't work. Well, how much effort have you put into it, right? Do you want it to be easy? Do you still think that the term chick magnet exists nowadays? Because like I said earlier, you can be the most good-looking guy in the world and have all the money in the world and be a good guy, and that doesn't mean that every woman is going to be attracted to you. Attraction has many different variations. Yes, it does stem primarily from the physical aspect. But let me give you an example. If you take 2 very attractive guys that are both 10s, they're both equally attractive, right? And they both make the same amount of money. They both make very good money, same amount of money. They both dress very nice. But one guy is a great conversationalist. He's in touch with his emotions. He's not overbearing, but he's emotionally available and just a really easy guy to chat with and just really fun to talk to, right? Whereas the other guy's more of a, closed off type of guy, still a good guy, but, more like, closed off, more like, instead of being more assertive, he's not assertive at all. He's more he's more introverted than extroverted, right? Who do you think the woman's going to choose? The woman's going to choose the good-looking guy of equal value in every other way that also has that great personality. So again, that's why you had to send a ton of messages each and every day. And some days you'll get more responses than others. Some days you might send 100 emails and you won't get any responses. Some days you'll get 1. Some days you'll get 10. Some days you'll get 3. Some days, most of them will just say, hey, you seem like a good guy, but, I'm not interested. Thank you, blah, blah, right? Some will show you a slight level of interest. Some will show you a high level of interest. But you're not going to know if you don't put yourself out there and play the law of large numbers. There are so many people out there on these dating sites. How do you stand out? You got to message all these people individually. And you message them with a canned message that appears uncanny, as uncanny as possible. All you're trying to do is get them to view your profile. That's it. That's all you're trying to do. And then if they like your profile, they'll get back to you, and then you could go from there and see where it goes. That's what you want. You want to get women to look at your profile, because let's say you send 1,000 messages in a month or 1,500, right? If you send 1,500 messages in 1 month on Match.com and you can't find at least 1 or 2 or 3 women to talk to, then there's something you're doing wrong. Either you don't take care of yourself, you're a very unattractive man physically, you don't have a well-written profile, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't enjoy doing certain things like I enjoy doing, hiking, etc. If you send that many messages and you're not getting at least 1 or 2 or 3 decent women to talk to on the phone that would be open to meeting you, then there's something really wrong. And I can help you turn that around. Maybe you need a little more hand-holding. I can help you do that. Reach out to me at Coach Eli at coacheli.com. Link below the description if you want more information how to work on me or how to work with me, which is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that's that. I hope you got some good value out of that. There's some more value coming when I get back. I'm going to go through this blog during the second part of the show by Dan Bacon. It's called How to Get a Girlfriend Today. And let me tell you, Dan is one of my favorite coaches. Him and Coach Corey Wayne are my top 2 favorite coaches. And I don't like either one of them more than the other. There are things that Coach Corey Wayne says that are great, and Dan Bacon, to me, fills in the missing gaps that I don't get from Coach Corey Wayne. So you're going to want to stick around. I'm going to dissect this blog. It has some very interesting points on how to get a girlfriend today that if you apply this, guys, I promise you, at some point, it may not happen right away, but at some point, if you start doing this within a month or 2 or 3 or 4 at the most, you're going to find a really good woman that's going to want to be with you, that's going to be happy with you, and you're going to be happy with her as well. So let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Let me just check out and see if there's anything going on the Facebook side of things. Nothing going on over there. Nothing going on the YouTube side of things. All right, let me cue up the music. Give me just a second here. Let's see here. Just need one more. Let's see. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. Like I said, when we return, I'll be getting to the blog that Dan Bacon wrote on his site, themodernman.com. It's called How to Get a Girlfriend Today. So stick around. We'll be right back. feel it, feel it, feel it. Pump it up, pump it up. Well, I want you all to feel real good. It starts with you feeling real good within yourself. That's where everything starts in life, no matter what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Feel good. Feel good. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap your hands and feel real good with me. Come on, feel it, all right? Endorphins flowing through, energy up, energy up, energy, energy, energy up. Come on now. I know it may seem stupid, but it's great. It feels good to feel good, huh, right? Yeah, feel it. Woo! Shake it all about. Right. Woo! Yeah, baby. You like this energy here? You're like a fun guy, fun, attractive, outgoing guy with his stuff together that knows what he wants. That's where it starts from. It starts from your energy. Ooh, I gotta settle down. I'm too excited. Whew, wow. I just exuded a lot of energy there, but I love it, I love it, I love it. So welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, and once again also simulcasting live on Facebook. Yes, the day that we're doing this stream is Monday, January 4th, 2021. We're already 4 days into the new year, and I want to start out this new year right, not just for myself, but for each and every one of you out there. That's why I'm hitting these topics early on, because if you start early on, you're going to accomplish this year whatever it is that your heart desires. I promise you that. I promise you. Okay? Keep following this channel. Keep working on yourself. Keep taking my tips and tricks on how to better yourself. Give yourself a more positive outlook. Trust me, it's all going to come back to you. Because like I've said in the past, I'll say it again. What you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. You put out positive vibes, you're going to eventually find people that you're going to connect with that are positive, which is what you want. You put out negative vibes, you're going to attract negative people, and that's going to further sink you the opposite direction. That's not what you want, right? You want to move forward, right? If you want to move forward, keep it locked here to the Grip on Life channel on YouTube. And also you can watch the simulcasts whenever I do them on Facebook, such as I'm doing today. Tonight, we are discussing what it takes to get a girlfriend in 2021, even for good, attractive, and well-established men. One more time, what it takes to get a girlfriend in 2021, even for good, attractive, and well-established men. If you're struggling with women, if you're struggling to get a date, if you get the date and you're struggling to get a second date, or you're struggling to keep a woman around, even if you're a well-established, good-looking man that has a good heart and a great personality, right? Okay? There are some things that you're doing that are preventing you from showing up being the best version of you that you can be. That will affect you. But let's say that you've done everything as best as possible. Let's say that you're a decent looking guy. Now, I consider myself to be a decent looking guy. I don't think I'm the most attractive guy in the world. I'm being honest, right? I think I'm an average, decent looking guy. I'm not criticizing myself. I'm just being real. I don't have big bulging muscles. Okay. And, I'm not, over 6 feet tall. I'm 5'10", about 170. But I take care of myself as best as possible. I dress nice. I smell good. I have a nicely trimmed beard. Okay. I'm 47 years old. And even though I don't have a whole lot of gray, I still use Just for Men. And, it makes my beard look, fuller. And it makes me look a little bit younger. Do you not think that helps me when it comes to attracting women? Right? But even if you do everything right, let's say you do everything right and you show up good looking and you've got, a great job, a great career, you make good money, you're a great communicator, you're well established. Does that mean it's going to work out with every woman you encounter? No. As a matter of fact, even if you do everything right with most women, it's not going to work out. Same thing with you ladies on the flip side. With most men you encounter, even if you do everything right, it's not going to work out because you don't know what the other person is truly seeking, no matter what they say, right? Some guys will say whatever it takes to have a one-night stand with you or to have a short-term relationship with you and to have some fun with you, right? And these guys know that unless they lead you on to believe that there's going to be more, you're not going to sleep with them or have something casual with them. You got to understand that there are people out there that are going to play those types of games, and you're not going to know until you give people a chance. So you may experience these things along the way towards finding what you really want to find. So again, you can do everything right, and it's still not going to be good enough for most people. If you want to find true love and happiness, you have to push through that and beyond that and keep trying until you find that one. And trust me, if you keep moving forward, you're going to eventually find that person that you were meant to be with and was meant to be with you as well. Okay? Now, I'm going to switch on over to the browser screen here. And I'm going to go over this blog from Dan Bacon's website, themodernman.com. I'll be sharing a link to this blog at the end of the live stream. So if you watch this on the replay, you'll be able to see the source. You'll be able to go right to it and find out more about Dan. He has amazing content. I've also shared the link to Dan Bacon's YouTube channel a little bit, further down from the top of the description section on the YouTube side of things. It's he's called his YouTube channel is called Dan Bacon, and his company is called The Modern Man. And the topic or the title of this, I'm getting a message behind the scenes. Hold on. I got a message from somebody behind the scenes. To the person behind the scenes, if you're watching the live stream, is there any way we can talk by Hangout text? I need some advice from a friend. I can talk with you through Hangout's voice, but not until tomorrow. I'm pretty booked up for the rest of the night. We can talk tomorrow, and I prefer to actually talk. We could talk by Hangout's voice, and I'd be happy to help you out on that. Typically, I need at least 24 hours notice, to arrange a phone call and stuff. That's another thing, folks. Part of being successful in business and being successful in life, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to reach out to you, and there are going to be times where you just can't drop everything, even though you still want to be there for people. You want to schedule things out a day in advance, just like I'm doing right now. I got a private message behind the scenes from somebody that wants to get my help on some things. And I said, hey, look, I'd be happy to help you. Can we do it tomorrow? I'm pretty booked up for the rest of the night. And that's all you have to do. It's about communication, right? Don't overwhelm yourself, because most people, plan their day. I plan my days at least a day in advance, sometimes further. So anyway, let's get to this blog. And I've got an itch. Give me a second here. Sometimes I get an itch on my nose, and that's the itch for good luck. All right, how to get a girlfriend today. I'm not going to read the first part. It's an intro to Dan Bacon. I just gave that pretty much. I'm going to get right to the important sections of this. All right. Making her feel attracted is the most important thing of all. Let me read that one more time. Making her feel attracted is the most important thing of all. Without attraction, there's nothing. Nothing. Getting a girlfriend can be very difficult, confusing, and frustrating for a guy if he doesn't know how to make a woman feel attracted to him during a conversation. Part of the battle is being a great communicator. Even if you're good looking, she's good looking, she gives you a chance to talk on the phone or talk in person. If you can't carry a conversation and reach her beyond the initial physical attraction, then it's not going to go anywhere. So physical attraction is very important, probably the most important aspect nowadays. I hate to say it. We'll get to that in a second as I scroll further down this blog. But the conversation is very important. And during that conversation, you have to communicate with a woman in a way to where, her level of attraction continues to increase. Let's say she's physically attracted to you, right? Now you're talking. Now, if you're physically attractive to her and you're a good dude and you can carry a great conversation and you're able to relate to her at a mental, emotional, and spiritual level, that's the recipe for extreme success right there. If a guy talks to women and doesn't focus on making them feel sexually attracted, most women will only see him as a friend or just another forgettable random guy that they've met. Yeah, you gotta be memorable. You gotta have a conversation with a woman unlike any other guy's ever had. You gotta differentiate yourself, separate yourself from the pack. And that's how I am. When I talk to women on the phone, they're like, wow, you sound too good to be true. And I know why they're saying that, but I play dumb because, I don't want them to know that I understand this, right? At least at this point. But the reason why they say I sound too good to be true is because I'm communicating with them in the ways that they've always wanted to be communicated with, but other guys haven't done that. I have opened up to them emotionally. I have, shared things about my family, my friends, maybe a little bit about my past if it warrants during the first conversation. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I have told her that, hey, I'm an open book. I want you to get to know me. I feel even early on at this point, a first conversation, you should know as much about me as possible because you're investing your time to get to know me, right? Most guys won't do that, right? So that helps you stand out on top of the initial physical attraction she already has for you. You can go and watch that video later on when I send you the link. Watch all of Dan Bacon's videos. They are incredible, incredible, incredible. When a guy doesn't know how to attract women, he will often make the mistake of trying to get women to like him based on how nice of a guy he is. That doesn't work, guys. Women don't care how nice of a guy you are unless they're first sexually attracted to you. Bottom line. You guys are the same way towards women. So don't get butthurt that women want the same thing in return. It's fair, right? When a guy doesn't know how to attract women, he will often make the mistake of trying to get women to like him based on how nice of a guy he is. Yeah, that's what we've been taught, through watching movies and TV and stuff like that, right? They portray the nice guy getting the girl flowers all the time, just always being there for her and this and that. It gets overwhelming and overbearing. I'm not saying not be there for your woman. You should be there for your woman, but you should balance it out and not overdo it. But being a nice guy is not going to get you anywhere nowadays. Does that mean you be a jerk? No. I like to call it being a good guy because, the nice guy, phrase, it's misperceived as, nice guys finish last, right? So be a good, well-balanced guy, but don't be an overly nice guy where you suck up to a woman all the time, you put her on a pedestal, you get her flowers all the time. If you overdo it, you're out. If you underdo it, you're out. You got to balance it out just right, and you got to take action at the right time and escalate as you go along when the right time happens or comes. Yet what he doesn't realize is that being nice doesn't make him stand out as special to the woman. I just said that right. Yet what he doesn't realize is that being nice doesn't make him stand out as special to the woman. Wow. Nice guys finish last. That doesn't mean be a jerk. Be a good guy. Don't be a nice guy. Don't be the overly nice guy. Hey, how you doing? I'm the guy that's going to be your knight in shining armor. I'm going to be your white knight. Women don't like that. It doesn't work anymore nowadays. Women have been liberated. Women are independent. Women don't need a man for anything. Doesn't mean they don't want a man. Women still want men, but they don't need a man. So a woman nowadays is going to be looking for a guy that's her equal. That even includes physical attraction. That includes maybe level of income, maybe even, personality-wise as well, too. She's going to be looking for a guy that's not going to put her on a pedestal just to try to win her heart over. He's just going to be cool, calm, and collective. Like another coach I follow, Coach Corey Wayne, I mentioned him at the beginning of the show. He's the other coach I like besides Dan Bacon out here on YouTube. He says, this is all you do as a guy when you first meet a woman, and you do this all the time. You hang out, you have fun, and you hook up. Hang out, have fun, hook up, right? After you start to get to know the woman, okay, you have to initially pursue her a little bit. Once you know that you both are together, then you back off, let her pursue you. Let her text you. When she texts you, you say, hey, babe, let me give you a call, babe. I'd like to make some plans with you if you're around this weekend, right? Hey, babe, you around this weekend? Yeah. Babe, how about we go away and take a nice hiking trip? Let's go to this area 2 hours away. We'll take a nice drive. We'll listen to music. We'll laugh. We'll sing. We'll do a little dancing. Then we'll go hiking, go to a nice dinner. Then we'll snuggle up in a nice king-size bed in a nice hotel room. How does that sound to you, babe? Oh, that sounds great, babe. I could sure use a weekend away. I got this, babe. Don't worry. It's all good. What time are you free? Are you free around 7 o'clock on Friday? 7:30. Give me a little extra half hour. I want to look a little more pretty for you. It's all good, babe. Take all the time you want. But I'll be there at 7:30, right? And that's it, right? It's not me being an overly nice guy. I'm being nice, but I'm not being the stereotypical nice guy that feels the need to suck up to a woman in order to get him or get her to like him, right? It doesn't stand out as special to the woman, right? Why? Most guys try to get laid or get a girlfriend by being really nice to women because they don't even know how to create a spark of sexual attraction inside of her. Women are not turned on by the overly nice, approaching type of guy. It doesn't mean be a jerk. No, definitely do not be a jerk because that won't get you laid either, right? And it's not even about getting laid. Like you should be looking for a relationship, in my opinion. That's, for me, I don't sit here and coach guys how to have one night stands. But even when you're looking for a relationship, you still want to take it to the bedroom as soon as possible. And we'll get to that in just a second here. But yeah, why? Most guys try to get laid or get a girlfriend by being really nice to women because they don't even know how to create a spark of sexual attraction inside of her. Don't get me wrong here. There's nothing wrong with being nice to women, just like I said that. But for her to appreciate your niceness, you have to make her feel sexually attracted to you, right? If a woman is not sexually attracted to you because you're being too nice, or maybe she's just not physically attracted to you, but if she's physically attracted to you and you're overly nice to her, she's still not going to be sexually attracted to you. If she's physically attracted to you, she wants to be sexually attracted to you, but you have to take her there with the conversation and the words you say after the point where that initial attraction is started and created. There's nothing wrong with being nice to women, but for her to appreciate your niceness, you first have to make her feel sexually attracted to you. You don't have to date a girl for long. So you don't have to date a girl for a long time to get a sexual relationship started. You get these women nowadays and they're like, I don't sleep with a guy on the first date, or, I wait 4 or 5 dates before, I have sex with someone. Well, then it's not going to work with myself or most other men in the modern world. And a woman that's thinking like that nowadays is not in the right era. Things are different now. A woman that thinks like that is a woman, in my opinion, to stay away from because she's slept with guys on the first or second date before, and because it didn't end up working out, now she's jaded, right? That's going to happen. It's going to happen. It happens all the time. Let me read why here. This is what Dan Bacon wrote. Some women want to wait 5 or more dates before they begin a sexual relationship with a guy. And that's a woman I will not go on 5 dates with a woman if it hasn't become intimate by the latest second or third date at the latest. Typically first or second date. If a woman's really into you and she's that attracted to you, she's going to want to sleep with you more than you want to sleep with her. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. But most women are willing to have sex on the first night they meet a guy or on the first date. It's true. It's happened to me. It's happened to others. First, second date, right. Depending on the country, statistics show that up to 70% of modern women admit to having had at least one one-night stand before. It's probably more than that. That's a pretty high number, but it's probably more than that. In an American survey, 55% of couples admitted to having sex on the first date. And they worked out, right? Why? They had a high level of attraction for each other. And because there are so many options nowadays, they decided to take the chance on each other before one or both people went with another option, right? If you're feeling it with somebody nowadays, you have the sexual attraction, physical sexual attraction, the emotional bond is there, the mental stimulation is there. If you feel it and you withhold sex from a man, or on the flip side, a man, you don't have sex with a woman that wants to have sex with you even early on, it's not going to work out. And also, you're stopping the natural flow of progression. If it feels right, go for it. Go for it, because if you don't, you may have missed out on something that could have been the best thing in your life or to your life. A lot of people think that if you sleep with someone on a first date, that it's a bad thing to be frowned upon. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, but this is 2021. We're in the modern world, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It'll happen when the time is right. Unlike women from the 1950s, I love how Dan thinks just like I do. Today's women don't need to spend lots of time getting to know you to see if you are good husband material. Yeah, if you can bang their brains out and stimulate their mind and emotionally bond with them, you're good to go. Instead, today's women select men based on how much sexual attraction they feel and, well, they connect with him. So, again, instead, today's women select men based on how much sexual attraction they feel and, well, they connect with him. Right. If a woman is not sexually attracted to you, it doesn't matter if everything else is there. It doesn't matter. Women need to have the sexual attraction nowadays at the same level that a man has always felt he needs to have. So guys, if you're a guy out there that's an average looking guy and you hit on women that are perceived to be more attractive than you and they don't give you the chance, it's hey, it's nothing wrong with that. What can you do about that? Well, you can try to better yourself as best as possible. If you're a little out of shape, get in great shape. Okay? Maybe get some different clothing. Do whatever it takes to take care of yourself and look as good as possible. That's going to give you a better chance. You want women to look good, so why shouldn't you look good as well? Right? And why are you going to get mad at women for not being attracted to you when you're not attractive, yet you want to be attracted to them? Right? Some guys are very hypocritical with that. You got to understand, it's a two-way street. Most women are open to having sex immediately to begin the relationship and see how it goes. If they have that sexual attraction towards you, they're going to want it sooner than later. Even first night, second night, maybe third date, the latest. But typically first or second date. If they're feeling a high level of attraction for you, they will at least make out with you on the first date. And if they make out with you on the first date and it doesn't happen first date, the second date, you as a man need to arrange a date to where it can happen. Because they're telling you they want you to arrange that date and put you both in the position where it can happen. So if you wait too long, she will get bored with your outdated approach to dating, or another guy who knows how to attract women and escalate to sex right away will take her from you. Right. If this woman is practically throwing herself at you or trying to give you the hint that she's into you, and you can't read that as a man and take the bull by the horns and say, I got this. And just have a conversation with her. You really like me, don't you? Look her in the eye. You really like me, don't you? Maybe I do. What you going to do about it? I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do about it. You grab her head and you start making out. You start nibbling on her earlobes. You lick on her neck. You massage her shoulders. And next thing you know, she's all jello. Next thing you know, you move it over to the bedroom and you give her the best night of her life she's ever had. And then you let her think about what she's got. And then if you don't stay the night there that night, you go home and you don't call her or text her or anything. You wait for her to call you. You bet your bottom dollar if you took care of her pretty good or very well, she'll be calling you. But it's more than just the sex. But the sex is important too. It's you're a man. You're showing your interest. You're taking risks. You're not afraid to be assertive. You're not afraid to go after what you want. Women like a man that takes risks and is confident and secure within himself and is not going to fear rejection and is going to be able to read the signs when a woman wants you to be intimate with her without her directly coming out and saying it. Women will not come out and directly tell you they want to be intimate with you, but they will give you signs, clear signs. If you can't see them as a man, then it's over. And what happens when it's over? She will get bored with your outdated approach to dating, or another guy who knows how to attract women and escalate to sex right away will take her from you. Right. Accept the truth about modern women. If you've been searching online for information on how to get a girlfriend and have been wondering why it has been so difficult for you to get women interested in the relationship, then you are most likely unaware of how the modern dating environment works. I've been talking about the modern day dating environment for a while. It is a different place, right? Women have been liberated. Women, are working nowadays. They're making their own money. They're buying their own homes. They're buying their own cars. They really don't need a man for anything, but they still want a man for something. And what's that? Companionship, right? But nowadays, men just show up more as men like they used to in the past. The problem is men are showing up the opposite way because they're intimidated by these women, right? So in order to have a chance with one of these women, you got to show up and bring at least the same that she has on the table to the table. You got to bring the same things that she has at the very least at the table, right? Why would a woman want to date a man that's less attractive than her? Why would a woman want to date a man that makes less money than her? Why would a woman want to date a man that smells when she smells good, right? A lot of guys complain about that, right? But it's like, okay, she's made something out of herself. What value do you bring to her beyond what she has already, right? So yeah, you got to take care of yourself, be good looking, smell nice, make good money, okay? Be well balanced, right? Wear some nice clothing. I mean, you gotta show up at least the same level that she's at. If a woman perceives you to be weaker than her, emotionally, mentally, physically, if she perceives you to have made less out of yourself than she has, why should she be with you? What's the value of her being with you? Right? I really wish you guys would understand that. So the modern world is different than the traditional days. And some guys are still stuck in the past. And I'm telling you, if you stay stuck in the past, you're going to be a lonely and miserable man for the rest of your life. Relaxed attitudes to premarital sex makes it super easy to get a girlfriend and start having sex immediately. Right. And you should try to take it to the bedroom as quickly as possible. And if you're a guy and you're good looking, she's attracted to you, you're attracted to her, you're getting along, and you try to escalate it to sex and it doesn't go there, first, second, third date at the latest, then you got to withdraw. You got to just ghost her. Probably ghosting. I don't like ghosting, but in that case, you got to just ghost her. I wouldn't block her. I just wouldn't text her and see what she says. Hey, why haven't you reached out to me? Well, we've gone on 3 dates and, it's like, I feel comfortable with you. I like you. I tried to get close to you a couple of times and you shrugged me off. Well, I just don't want to get hurt. Well, maybe you're not ready for a relationship then. Like, don't you want to be intimate with a man that you want to be in a relationship with? Well, yeah, but I want to make sure he's going to be around. Well, I mean, any guy can leave at any time. And here's the thing. I'm about to leave because you're not allowing that to happen with me when it feels right. Oh, you see? All you need to do is approach women. All you need to do is approach a woman, make her feel attracted to you, connect with her, and then get her phone number to arrange a date or kiss her, and then have sex with her that day or night. The moment you do that, the moment you escalate to making out, kissing, and then sex, that's where it really starts. And until you screw it up after that point, she'll stick around if she's ready for a relationship. If not, maybe she's a woman that thought she was ready and ended up not being ready for a relationship, or maybe she was just looking for a hookup and was acting like she wasn't. You're never going to know where the cards really, lie with someone, male or female, until you take that chance and escalate it to sex and see what happens after that. It's interesting to me what happens after you have sex with a woman or a woman with a man. What happens the next day? Is there another date after that? Does that couple talk the next night, or do they not talk for a week, or do they ghost each other? Whatever happens after the first time that you're intimate with a woman is going to strongly define your future relationship. So when Dan Bacon here says, sexual attraction is the most important thing, amen. I completely agree. In the modern world, it is. A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that if they approach a woman, she will be upset, angry, or annoyed that he approached. Well, some women are like that, Dan, unfortunately. That's why I recommend the online dating route. You still like the in-person route, which I agree. It's better to meet women in person. But especially now in the days of COVID and even before COVID, a lot of these women don't want to be approached. But, some of them, still do. However, the truth is that if a woman is single and hoping to meet a potential boyfriend, she will be happy that you have approached and offered her the opportunity. There are the women that are open to that, Dan, I agree. But not every woman's open to that nowadays. Even if they're in a club, even if they're at church, even if they're in a social environment, even if they're feeling happy, or appearing happy, you just never know. You never know. So yes, is it worth taking that chance even in person? Sure, but just know if you're going to approach a woman in person, initially it can go either way. She might throw resistance at you, or feel scared, or just walk away, or she might just be nice and say, "Hey, yeah, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, I'm a little startled here. No one's ever talked to me at the supermarket before. Well, I'm not here to startle you. I just saw you getting some produce, and you just look you're beautiful. I had to tell you that. And I'm the type of guy that's a chance taker. I just wanted to introduce myself to you, and if nothing comes out of it, no big deal. But you just never know. Oh, you really think I'm beautiful? Yeah, absolutely. And you seem pretty nice too. I'd love to grab a cup of coffee with you sometime, or take a walk. Do you like going hiking? This and that, right? Just real quick, right? Oh, I love hiking. You love hiking? Yeah. Why don't you give me a call tonight? Here's my number. Text me first. We can arrange a time to talk. We'll get to know each other a little better. And if things go cool, we can go hiking on the weekend. Oh, that sounds great, right? So you may get a woman like that, but you may get a woman that's like, that may not even respond to you or say, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. It just depends. It just depends. But yeah, there are some women out there that do want to be approached. From my experiences nowadays, the majority of them don't. And when Dan actually wrote I think this was written about 5 to 7 years ago. 5 to 7 years ago, even that little of a ways back, I mean, things were a little bit different back then. Each and every year, as we move forward into the 2020s and beyond, dating just gets a little bit more difficult. It's just the way it's been. If she already has a boyfriend, she will politely tell you that. Yeah, so don't worry if they're single or married or have a boyfriend. She will tell you, like, okay, I just wanted to say hi, good luck to you, best of luck to you and your boyfriend. If you are saying and doing things that make her feel attracted, the taken woman is not going to be angry that you approached her. She will be feeling some attraction for you, so she will be polite and tell you that you're cute or sexy, but she has a boyfriend. Give me a second here. Okay, sorry, I had to clear my throat there for a second. Let me check out Facebook real quick. Okay, nothing going on there on the Facebook side. And YouTube seems to be clear as well. Okay, let's continue. She will be feeling some attraction for you, so she will be polite and tell you that you're cute or sexy, but she has a boyfriend. Already read that. You don't need to feel rejected if you approach a woman and find out she already has a boyfriend. You were just checking to see if she's available. No big deal. Right. And you're going to build your confidence to approach other women the more you talk to women, even if you aren't able to get her number because she has a boyfriend. I mean, and that's not really considered being rejected. Unless, maybe she just says she has a boyfriend because she doesn't want to be bothered by anyone. Some women will do that, but you never know. Let's say you ask 10 women out on a date while you were at the supermarket, right? In different parts of the supermarket. And let's say one of them gave you her number or asked for your number or you gave her your number and she's like, I'll call you tonight. And then she calls you and it works out. You understand? If you don't put yourself out there and keep trying, it's never going to work out. Same thing with the online dating thing I was talking about earlier. You gotta keep trying and putting yourself out there. You're going to get rejected more often than not. But if you push through it, you're going to find that one woman. You're going to find those one or two women that are going to connect with you, and then you'll be able to choose between one of those two women that is really into you, which one you're into more and you feel is a better fit for you and feel would work out with you better. Right? Right. Go all the way. If you do approach a woman but don't follow through to a phone number or even ask her to join you for a coffee or juice, right then and there, she will eventually walk away feeling disappointed and rejected by you. Yeah. Or she's going to think like, there's like you're not a man. She's going to think like you're all shy and like you're not manly. Like a manly man, a real man is not going to fear approaching and talking to women. It's just like having a conversation. It's the same thing as talking to one of your guy friends, but you're talking to a woman for something romantic. With your guy friends, you're just friends. With a woman, you're looking for something romantic. Same thing. Talk to a woman like you would talk to one of your guy friends. It's real simple. Real simple. Additionally, if you live in a big city, you probably won't ever run into her again. Ever notice how that happens? Yeah. I've very rarely run into any exes from the past. Because where I live here in the San Francisco Bay Area in Northern California, it's so huge. There's just so much, right? I've hardly ever run into an ex, which I guess is a good thing. I've run into a few exes online that have reached out to me to try to rekindle things in the past. So yeah, that can happen. It's happened a few times in the past, but outside of the online world, no, hardly ever. So you need to get in the habit of making something happen immediately, right? get a phone number, get her to join you for a quick coffee, or if you have met her in a bar, get her phone number, kiss her, or have sex with her that night. Right. No, seriously, a lot of women, even some men think this, but a lot of women think that if you try to get them in the sack quickly right away, it's a bad thing, right? No, it's actually not a bad thing. Just because, you sleep with a woman right away doesn't mean that that's all you want. I can tell you again, guys and gals, that in my experience, what happens the day after you sleep with somebody is going to determine where that relationship's going to go. How does the guy react the next day? How does the woman react the next day? If the guy really likes the woman, what he should do is basically not even call her or text her, at least for a day or two, and see if she texts him first. If she texts him that next day, then she's really interested. Then you could text her back and have a phone conversation. Now, if she doesn't text you for a couple of days, maybe she's waiting for you. Then go ahead and text her and see how she's doing. And she may say, well, I didn't hear from you the next day after we had sex. What happened? Well, I just wanted to give you some space to figure out if you wanted to make this work or not. I didn't want to overwhelm you. Oh, I was just waiting for you too. Okay, that may happen at times. But yeah, nothing wrong with being intimate right away, because you're not going to know where things are going to go until after the first time you have intimacy. I don't care what anyone says, male or female. That is the truth. It's the absolute truth. Now, how much longer do I have here? Because I may have to take another break here in a second. Let me see. It's not that much longer. No need to take a break. How to attract a woman to get yourself a girlfriend. What do you say? As long as you make women feel attracted to you by the way you talk to them and interact with them, most single women will be interested and very open to talking to you or giving you their phone number. Right. If they feel the attraction for you, they will. In order for a woman to feel comfortable enough to give you her phone number, she has to feel a sexual attraction for you. Bottom line. Not even just a basic attraction. It has to be a sexual, primal attraction. That's what a relationship is. If not, it's no different than being friends with the guys. It's like having a guy friend if she doesn't feel that way towards you. You don't want a woman to be like a guy friend. You want to be able to hang out with a woman, make out with her, go hiking with her, slap her butt on the hiking trail, let her slap yours, and be intimate with her all the time, and just be just two primal, creatures, primal human beings, just, being happy and sharing that passionate energy, right? You can get a girlfriend in any environment where you see women. Just make sure that you focus on making her feel attracted to you. Okay, sorry, I had to mute for a second there. I think we're back now. For example, imagine you walk into a Starbucks to buy a coffee. After you place your order, you notice a beautiful woman waiting for her coffee order to be made. Instead of hiding away from an opportunity to get a girlfriend out of fear, say something to her. This is great. I actually like this. This is actually great. This is like a pickup line, but look, you have to use some pickup skills to get a woman. But if you're going to use the pickup skills to get a woman, do it for the right reasons. Guys, you're looking to find the one, not the one for the night. You say, hey, so is this your first coffee for the day? Her, she said, whatever she says doesn't matter. Yes or no, you can still reply in the same way, right? You say, this is my 10th coffee. I drink 20 cups a day. No, this will make her feel attracted to you because you're using humor. Making women laugh is one way of hundreds that I teach at the Modern Man to make women feel attracted to you. Right. Listen, look, you got to make a woman laugh. You got to be a freaking comedian with women, because women are emotional beings, right? Like, if you can't the moment you stop making your woman laugh is the moment it's over. right? Now, for me, uh, I do probably drink an equivalent of anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe sometimes 20 cups of coffee per day. This is equivalent to 3 cups of coffee right here in this, coffee mug. I typically have like about 3 of these, sometimes a few more if I need it, if I'm working a little overtime on that particular day. She will laugh and most likely know that you're joking. You say, nah, just kidding. This is my second cup. Sorry, I can't even talk. Nah, just kidding. This is my second cup. I think 3 is enough for one day. I'm blank. Say your name. I'm Eli, by the way. What's your name, right? From there, continue the conversation and then get her phone number. If you don't know how to keep the conversation going and get her phone number, I will teach you exactly what to do in every situation you encounter when trying to attract, pick up, and date women. So yeah, no, Dan, that's what Dan does. And Dan is very good. I'm not going to read any more of that. You can read that part on your own time. If you have any further questions, folks, on Facebook or on YouTube, get them in now. We're going to be wrapping this up in about 5 to 10 minutes max. How to get a girlfriend? Why is it so difficult? Have you ever noticed that some guys seem to be able to get a girlfriend easily while others suffer for months or even years without so much as a kiss from a woman? Yeah, it happens all the time. Like I don't have problems getting dates. For me, like I pre-qualify women to the point of where I won't even meet them for a date if I don't feel like it's going to go well on that first date. If I can't sense she has a high level of interest for me and there's a chance that making out can happen or even intimacy or something, like I won't even meet them. Why? Because it's not worth it. If there's not a strong level of attraction, of sexual attraction, it's never going to work. And if that's not, if I don't feel the woman's open to that from the very beginning and doesn't feel a high level of attraction from me before I even meet her in person, I just won't meet her. Let's see. Simple guys who are good with women know how to make women feel attracted to them. Guys who suck at getting a girlfriend or getting laid are usually only friendly, nice, polite, or neutral when they talk to beautiful women. You got to be more assertive. You got to be playful and funny. It's not you're not being a jerk. You're kind of being a little cocky, funny, right? And you got to take risks and be ballsy. And maybe sometimes, like if you're with a woman, let's say you're talking to her on the phone and you've been playful and funny with her, and let's say then you meet her in person, there's some good chemistry. And let's say that you're sitting at a dinner table, you go to dinner, right? And she's looking at you with glistening eyes. And then you look at her and you say something like, "Are you sick by any chance?" And she's like, "No. Why would you say I'm sick?" "Well, I'm looking at your eyes and they look all kind of like droopy and lost." She's like, "Oh, I'm just I'm a little tired, but I'm okay." No, you're not tired. You're a little excited, aren't you?" "Well, maybe. Why would you say I'm a little excited?" She might say, "I can tell you really like me." "Is that true?" "Well, maybe a little bit." "No, maybe a lot." "What if I were to tell you I like you a lot too? How would you feel about that?" "I really like that." And maybe you say, "Hey, you really feel it, don't you?" "Oh yeah." Whatever, right? You're escalating things, right? You're seeing that she's into you and she's trying to tell you, "Dude, I want you to take me somewhere and throw me down and F the living you-know-what out of me right now." But she's not going to come out and say that. You've got to figure that out, and you got to take that there. And you got to be playful and witty and escalate it up, right? And build that anticipation, because the more anticipation you build with women, the more turned on they get, right? And she may say, "Well, what do you think we should do about this?" "Do you really want to know what I think we should do? Because I don't know if you're going to be open to what I think we should do about it." Well, she might come back and say, well, how do you know I won't be open to it? I don't know. Why don't you come back to my place and let's talk about it more there, right? Do you slide that in there, right? Why don't you come back to my place and we could talk more about it there? She'll do one thing or the other. She'll say, okay, I'll follow you back. Or she'll say, well, I think it's too soon for that to happen. And if she says that, say, well, okay, hey, you're going to miss out on hanging out a little more with a good guy, but, hey, maybe next time, or hey, if you change your mind, let me know, right? That's it. But more than likely in that situation, she wants to come back to your place. She's just waiting for you to pick that up based on how she's, interacting with you at the dinner. And she wants you to close the deal pretty much, right? So don't be overly friendly, nice, polite, or neutral. Be good, be nice, but be playful and fun. Be a fun, interesting guy. You got to make her feel that spark of sexual attraction. You're not going to get anywhere. You have to actively make women feel attracted to you when you interact with them. You can do this by displaying the personality traits and behaviors that naturally attract women when you talk with women. Just like I said, I gave the perfect example. Go back and watch the replay of this part if you missed it. So, and that's that. Dan Bacon is a dating and relationship expert. He knows the secret to attracting and picking up women for sex and relationships, which has allowed him to enjoy his choice of women for many years. So yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to actually share this link in the chat right now. Well, not in the chat, in the description section of YouTube. Give me just a second. You're going to see subscribe to Dan Bacon's YouTube channel at the link. And then below that, source is the link to the blog article I just read on Dan's website there and critiqued. All right, guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you learned something. If you need any further hand-holding and you want to work with me personally, please go to the description and email me at Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com if you're on YouTube or on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, my website's also in the description, coach.eliasmelas.com. You can go to the coaching services tab if you want to work with me personally and select the package that best works for you. I do phone coaching and email coaching. On YouTube, I don't have my website link shared there, but it's simple. It's coach, COACH dot Elias, ELIAS, Melas, MELAS.com. And check it out. And if you want to work with me, like I said, click on the coaching services tab and select the package that best works for you. Also, if you're getting great value from this channel, you can support the channel through PayPal, through also Cash App, or even by Super Chat during the YouTube live streams. You can become a sponsor of this channel by becoming a channel member. If you want to donate to the channel, go over to the YouTube side if you're on Facebook and go into any description of any of my videos, and you'll see my PayPal link there and other ways to donate. With that being said, I'm going to start wrapping things up here. I want to thank Darth Rosie Wren for being here on the YouTube side. Thank you to Furious Reactor Gaming, and thank you to everyone else who was watching behind the scenes. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.